dia melibatkan I. Dia melibatkan anak-anak I. Dia melibatkan orang sekeliling I. If I do not know ataupun I sengaja tidak ambil endah tentang how important it is tentang all this decision making, it will impact me, it will impact my kids, it will impact my family.
You're so perfect. Hope you know that you got everything.
Hai semua, hari ini kembali kita semula kepada Apa Kata MUDA, dan hari ini nama saya Amira Fatia dan akan menjadi host anda pada hari ini. And hari ini kita akan berbincang kepada topik yang a bit sensitif dan a bit, orang kata apa ni, terlampau menggugat keimanan beberapa pihak, iaitu wanita dalam politik. Dan hari ini bersama kita Ainie Haziqah yang juga merupakan seorang wanita yang dah lama berkecimpung dalam bidang politik for a long time, dan juga seorang ibu, seorang usahawan dan juga seorang peguam pada masa hari ini. Dan bila kita bercerita berkenaan wanita dalam politik ni, kita macam bercerita banyak benda, banyak isu yang kita akan kupaskan. Terutamanya pada hari ini kerajaan Madani sangat-sangat menekankan 30% wanita dalam politik, tapi hanya 84 orang tak silap hanya terlibat dalam Dewan Rakyat, dan tak sampai 30% pun. Dan perkara ini sangatlah crucial untuk kita bincang pada hari ini. Mungkin bila kita nak bincang isu ni juga, kita akan melibatkan pelbagai pihak. Bila kita nak cakap wanita dalam politik, mungkin before kita kupaskan beberapa soalan yang lebih mendalam, kita mungkin boleh tanya kepada Cik Ainie Haziqah berkenaan pengalaman dia. Apa permulaan menyebabkan Cik Ainie Haziqah nak terlibat dalam bidang politik, and pengalaman dan cabaran waktu you join politik. Mungkin boleh bincang berkenaan before COVID and after COVID, pengalaman dalam bidang politik.
Okay. Macam ni saya nak mulakan dengan nak tarik balik apa yang Amira share tadi, which is tentang 30% ataupun 30% dalam decision making, okay, terutamanya. Talking about like 30% ni kan, Amira, it has been there for the longest time. Okay, it's not just kerajaan Madani. Kerajaan sebelum ini, kerajaan semasa Najib Razak, it's always been there. It's always been there. Whether the government or the current government, siapa pun sekalipun yang berada di dalam tampuk kekuasaan dan sebagainya, ada that political will to do it. Sometimes talk is cheap. Okay, most of the time talk is cheap. Cakap lah 30% dan sebagainya, but it has to start where it should. Kat mana dia kena start tu? Okay, contohnya if you talk about having 30% only when you are in the government, you tend to forget that before meletakkan 30% dalam tampuk kekuasaan tu, you must first start at your own political party. Apa dia? Meletakkan more than 30% calon-calon wanita sebagai calon pilihan raya. Because kalau you letak 30%, of course tak akan menang 30%. So you must at least letak 50 to 60% of wanita or wanita sebagai calon, kemudian baru menang yang boleh menang 30%. So it must start somewhere. So that is how I want to answer the question that's being asked to me lah. Okay, talk about 30% ni, saya rasa saya dah penat sangat cakap pasal benda ni. It has been just there. Okay, no political party has a political will untuk melaksanakan ataupun go really hard on it. Okay, when we talk about politics, how I started. Wow, menarik soalan ni. I think I started, okay, I feel old right now walaupun kita nampak muda. I started politics when I was in UiTM. I had the minat ataupun passion, minat dululah, the interest in politics tu daripada I sekolah rendah. It was the 1998 era. I'm pretty sure you're not born yet, okay? Tetapi I started there. I read, masa tu tak ada social media, tak ada apa-apa kan. My dad always ask us to baca surat khabar The Star. Itu famous lah waktu tu. The Star ni kalau dulu-dulu people subscribe, lepas tu orang hantar dekat rumah, campak-campak tu, if you ever know. Okay, so and then that was the spark of how I am interested in politics. I wanted to know about nation building. So I wasn't just interested in political party per se, tetapi it's more about like nation building, the issues within the nation. Apa isu di negara tersebut, di negara kita sendiri, apa yang boleh saya lakukan dan sebagainya. So that was the spark in politics that I had lah. Yeah.
Kiranya permulaan minat politik ni disebabkan pembacaan yang sentiasa baca lah melalui akhbar. Ada baca-baca buku yang menarik tak?
I remember masa saya form 4 saya dah baca buku pasal Zaid Ibrahim, written by Zaid Ibrahim. I really like the way he write his books. Okay, I might have like different opinions on him right now, but I read his book. I read books written by Anwar Ibrahim punya lawyers pada ketika itu tentang perjalanan dia punya trial dan sebagainya. So that's how I know a lot more about like the perspective of bigger people berkenaan dengan perjalanan politik menerusi tahun ke tahun lah.
Faham. Tadi ada cakap waktu kat UiTM dah ada terlibat dalam politik. So macam kat UiTM macam mana boleh involve with that social activity politik tu?
Okay. Waktu saya di UiTM tu,
adakah through gerakan mahasiswa ke atau apa-apa?
Kebetulan tidak. Okay, I mean I know a lot of friends who started with gerakan mahasiswa dan sebagainya. But ketika itu saya dah memang ada interest dan sebagainya. Saya memang dah ada kawan-kawan dan sebagainya. So I started off with juga I have some friends who are already in political party. I think it wasn't just about gerakan, but also I think the voice that I had pada ketika itu, the things that I think I nak suarakan, I nak cakap, I nak share lah. So it's a continuous kind of work ketika tu lah.
Faham, menarik. Jadi bila dah terlibat dalam bidang politik tu, ini pengalaman lah waktu tu kan. Adakah dalam waktu you jadi terlibat dalam bidang politik ni, ada tak kamu macam face with a lot of challenges ke apa ke? Apa yang orang saya cakap, selalunya kalau wanita dalam politik ni orang akan cakap bossy. Adakah pernah dengar that stereotype, and adakah benda tu menyebabkan you kadang-kadang macam lemah semangat ke apa ke?
If I can share kan, entah apalah yang orang tak cakap tentang saya ataupun tentang wanita di dalam politik. If you really want to talk about challenges dan sebagainya, if you really want to talk about like specifically what people say to you in social media dan sebagainya, people talk about you all the time. People criticize you all the time. Whether it's good or bad, people just say things about you. You voice out an opinion. You cakap sesuatu. You bagi opinion you. You bagi pendapat you. You bagi you punya stand. You cakap semua benda. Every single of it, people will comment. I had my piece, my own piece lah. Okay, on Twitter, on various social media dan sebagainya. And I'm the type yang macam very very vocal. I say what I want to say. Whether I know the majority of the people mungkin tak agree. Okay, tapi I want to say what I think is it is what it is lah kan. So of course you kena hadap lah orang nak macam tak agree with you dan sebagainya. Okay, that's one. Kedua adalah when you are women in politics, right? There's a lot more challenge, okay, ataupun cabaran yang you hadapi berbanding kalau lelaki dalam
betul.
politics. The only reason is why expectation orang, societal expectation ataupun environment kita sendiri yang kita sendiri cultivate, okay, yang menyebabkan ramai wanita rasa macam they are not supposed to be there. So I went through different phases lah, to be honest kan. The phase where I was a student, okay, lepas tu I start bekerja, and then I got married, and then I got kids. Okay, so it's a 4 long phases yang I had to go through. When you were a student, people will say that, you're too young. Why do you want to be in politics? You should enjoy life. And then you start bekerja. You should focus on your career, sebab career ni yang menjamin masa depan. Politik ni tak ke mana dan sebagainya. Then you got married. When you got married, somebody will tell you, kahwin lah, fokus kepada suami lah, fokus kepada keluarga. You get children. And then, kenapa nak masuk politik? Anak-anak kat rumah siapa nak jaga? But all these 4 phases, only wanita sahaja go through.
Betul.
You tell me, sebab when I started in politics, right, I went through a lot of phases where I memang berkawan dengan kawan-kawan political lelaki yang like grow together with me. Some of them now I can tell you are on big position. Kita tak nak sebut lah kan, tapi memang big position. We're not talking about just YB dan sebagainya. They're really in big decision making position. But men don't go through what we go through. Lelaki in politics takkan dapat persoalan-persoalan seperti fokuslah isteri kat rumah.
Betul.
Kau takkan pernah dengar benda Allah tu. Ada orang cakap, fokuslah anak-anak kat rumah. No, men don't get that. Fokuslah career. Men are always expected ataupun diberikan that ruang to be automatically ataupun by default boleh juggle everything. But when women, they will be asked, how do you juggle Ainie? I just can, because I'm a human being just like another person, another man ke apa ke. I can. That's how I tell. So I go through that. I go through times where kalau macam contohnya contohlah macam saya pernah macam I punya video went viral. So dapat baca lah komen-komen macam perempuan apa ni, you know. But men don't get that.
Betul.
But it's just how you go through selepas itu. Nak cakap pasal lemah semangat, multiple times. When I came into Muda as well, I remember I was driving back from Muar to KL. I had my cry all 2 hours. Cause the way people talk about me on social media, the things people accuse me, the things people talk about my family, my kids, it's sad. But men don't get that. Women get that. But the only time people come back to me and tell me that, hey, you deserve to be here, is when they see my work, the things that I can do, my worth. But I don't want that, because I want to be of the same level like other men yang macam they don't get judged that way. You know, if they come into a political party or an organisation, for example, they don't get judged di awal tu dah.
Betul-betul.
I already get judged. But selepas itu, you know, I can tell you entah berapa kali yang people come to me and tell me like macam, actually kan, you bagus lah, kerja you bagus. I'm already in here in any organisation because I am good. So it's not about like, okay, tak adalah kita nak ni kan, tapi you know your worth lah maksudnya.
Betul-betul. Benda ni menyebabkan kita teringat beberapa ada nasihat daripada someone, dia kata laki ni bila dia buat kerja, cakap lebih tak pun outspoken, orang rasa macam dia ni layak jadi pemimpin. But perempuan, dia kena tunjuk hasil for a long time, sampai kena tunjuk hasil betul-betul berkualiti, baru orang kata you layak jadi leader. And benda ni sangat menarik bila kita nak cakap wanita dalam politik. Contohnya macam tadi ini pernah ada mention berkenaan kena shaming berkenaan keluarga. Benda ni macam buat saya teringat balik bila contohnya macam YB Amira Aisyah, dia pernah kena macam in social media bila dia bersuara berkenaan beberapa perkara yang penting untuk dia bawa kepada rakyat, tapi ada komen di social media, contoh macam dekat X, Instagram, instead of diorang mengkritik secara berstruktur ataupun macam mengkritik benda ni tak patut and sepatutnya bagi constructive criticism, but diorang tak macam tu. But instead diorang buat apa? Diorang kritik dia punya appearance, which is benda tu macam come on man, macam you should be, kalau nak lawan ataupun mengkritik, biar fakta by fakta, bukannya you know like macam mencatat dia punya appearance. And benda ni mungkin kita nak bawa kepada next question, which is macam sekarang kita ada social media, and do you think that social media ni sebenarnya mampu menggalakkan perempuan terlibat dalam bidang politik, ataupun lagi macam you know like macam membantutkan anak-anak muda terutamanya wanita untuk terlibat dalam politik? Sebab tadi you cakap you berminat politik based on a true nation building, benda yang you baca, and kita rasa bila social media ni pun ada benda yang kita rasa macam you know like macam I want to fight for nation building. But right now, do you think that by having social media, adakah benda tu lagi menggalakkan ataupun lagi membantutkan anak-anak muda terutamanya wanita untuk terlibat dalam bidang politik?
Okay, I have to be fair, and I think I've always wanted to be this fair, because there's, bukanlah nak cakap macam lelaki you know only lelaki will only be judged. I ada banyak kawan-kawan lelaki in politics who actually go through, who actually very diligent, rajin, bagus dan sebagainya, yang also mengenali ataupun mengetahui tentang kesusahan ataupun challenges that women politicians go through. Alright, but I mean that's one lah. Bukanlah saya nak cakap macam lelaki all the same, tidak. Tetapi macam what I mean is that there are also women who go through kepayahan ataupun cabaran yang sangat besar when they want to be in nation building, when they want to be in political parties. Okay, coming to your question, which is on social media, right? There are times, okay, kalau ikutkan the amount of times I rasa I nak give up because of what people tell me, what people talk like in front of me lah on social media tu, walaupun tak face to face kan. multiple times, like numerous times, like thousands of times. Banyak kali rasa macam that's it. I think when I had this conversation with YB Amira Aisyah sendiri pun, we felt the same. Do we deserve it? Kita ni deserve ke nak kena maki hamun dengan orang? Kita ni deserve ke orang nak pandang kita macam ni? No, we start questioning ourselves, and it's quite normal for that. But the only time yang I rasa macam yang paling best sekali, it's not that I tak cuba like macam okay, that's it, I'm gonna leave politics contohnya. It's not that I tak pernah ada ataupun mencuba benda tu. But once you have the passion, once you have the interest, dia macam kalau you ada interest sesuatu, you ada hobi kan, you tak mudah lah untuk lari daripada hobi you macam tu je. Orang, okay, kita tak nak bagi contoh yang negatif. Orang yang suka membaca contohnya kan, dia tidaklah tiba-tiba esok you suruh dia buat benda lain, tak. Dia akan ada, itu hobi dia, itu interest dia, passion dia. Okay, sama juga. So I tried to run away from politics, but every time I want to run away ataupun tidak membangkitkan ataupun talk about politics lah, political issues dan sebagainya kan, ataupun anything to do with nation kan, negara kan, it strike me that two things. Number one adalah I'm selfish because there's so many voiceless people who do not have a voice as big as me. Bukanlah voice maksudnya suara saya besar ke apa, tidak. My voice where I have followers dan sebagainya. Satu, kalau saya tak nak jadi selfish. Kedua, it's my own self. I cannot lie to myself. I tak boleh tipu diri I yang I want to go away from it because I'm tired contohnya. Tidak. It's because my passion yang akan drive me. And we cannot lie to ourselves wherever we are. Kat mana organisation kita sekalipun, we cannot lie to ourselves. So go back and ask yourself, betul ke I nak ada dekat sini? Betul ke I nak buat benda ni? So you will keep on asking yourself. And waktu tu dua faktor ni akan macam bring you back. Because that means you ada niat yang betul. Okay? You bukan nak bersuara untuk orang lain for the sake of doing it, but you want to be the voice for the voiceless. Tak semua orang ada that voice. And you also do not want to lie to yourself yang sebenarnya you berada dalam politics ni untuk apa? You have interest and passion ni sebab apa? Yeah.
Berkenaan tadi you cakap the thing that you berminat untuk join politik adalah you nak bring the voiceless opinion yang diorang tak ada ruang dan peluang pun untuk macam menyuarakan pendapat ni kan. And benda ni macam buat kita terfikir satu benda juga. Adakah beza cara kepimpinan lelaki dan perempuan? Sebab right now in parliament almost like 70%, 80% dikonquer oleh MP lelaki. And sekarang banyak isu-isu voiceless sebenarnya yang negorkan bukan diorang yang suarakan tetapi rakyat sendiri. And do you think that benda ni sepatutnya menjadi salah satu alasan ataupun cara kenapa wanita sepatutnya terlibat dalam bidang politik? Sebab saya rasa bila perempuan terlibat bidang politik, diorang not just focus on profit. Sebab when it comes to politik, we should think business thing, profit things, and there's a lot of company that we need to take care. Kind of like that. Sebab benda tu akan give back to our GDP, right? Tapi bila perempuan memimpin, mungkin dia membawa sifat keibuan, nurturing feelings. Do you think that that's the reason why women in politics is very important?
Number one, very basic. If people ask me kenapa women have to be in politics, we have equal amount of people in the country. Kalau ikutkan percentage between lelaki dan wanita, peratusannya lebih kurang sama. 49%, 51%, 50%, 50, 48, lebih kurang. It's not like so highly kita ada 70% lelaki, 30% wanita. No, it's not. It's equally the same. You know, more or less the same. So that is the reason. The first reason why we need women in politics. We need women in decision making because we want to build ataupun kita nak ada polisi-polisi, undang-undang yang the coverage is for both women and men. Okay, tak kisah. Macam you cakap tadi, will men think about women? Of course, they are men, they are politicians, they are MPs. So think about women because it's generally in their constituency also. kan?
Okay.
But at the same time, kan, you must also think, as much as men think about that, they will not have an eye for basic things that women think. Okay, I remember there's this one MP ni, dulu dia duduk dekat kementerian ni, dan dia cakap cara saya pandang kementerian saya ni from my eyes as a perempuan. Contoh kalau you nak build a bangunan, kan, okay. Contohlah you nak build a rumah, okay. You akan fikirkan apa? Kalau perempuan, contoh ni bagi contoh je tau, bukanlah macam itulah dia punya basic, tidak. You suka masak, for example, you nak dapur you besar, because that is perspective of a woman.
Nak anak-anak selesa.
Nak anak-anak selesa, for example, you akan ada playroom,
bilik yang banyak juga.
Playroom, okay. Kalau lelaki contohnya, saya kena kerja, I need to have a workroom instead of playroom. Contoh, ni bagi contoh. So perspective tu different. So when we have different perspective and you debate it in parliament, then you know that rakyat ni ada options. You not only melihat, you tidak hanya melihat kepada hanya satu faktor saja atau satu perspektif sahaja. So that is very very important. Different perspective in decision making. That is very important. And keduanya saya rasa most importantly juga adalah tadi kita sebut tentang how equal women and men. Then we talk about perspective women and male and also female. Okay. Dan yang ketiga paling penting sekali is this representation. Representation is very very important, and we're not talking only about like women representation sahaja. We also talk about how important it is to have other representation di dalam parlimen as our voice in the parliament, ataupun tak kisahlah Dewan Undangan Negeri dan sebagainya. So that is very very important. So benda-benda ni semua kadang-kadang macam orang tak nampak. Rasa macam kenapa nak sangat fight untuk wanita dan sebagainya. No, these are some of the basic reason. Ya.
Bila tadi bila kita cakap salah satu benda yang paling penting adalah berkenaan representative of women in politik, right? And benda ni juga berbalik kepada benda yang kita terfikir sebagai anak muda, orang-orang muda yang macam mungkin berminat nak join politik in the future. Adakah penting untuk adanya mentor bila kita orang anak-anak muda yang perempuan ni, anak wanita ni untuk join the politik? Sebab somehow lelaki ni diorang senang ditarik berbanding perempuan. And perempuan pula bila nak join, macam tadi you cakap, you pernah mention that you are too young, stay at study je. Bila nak membesar balik semula, focus on your career. Bila dah kahwin, jaga anak, jaga suami. So adakah penting untuk permulaan kita orang nak join in politik perlu adanya mentor? Okay,
saya boleh cakap pasal topik wanita ni kan, memang I'm a bit more serious, you know, betul, like macam because that's how I felt all these years all along lah. Okay, tapi okay, I just ask Amira lah before I answer that, right? What do you think? Do you think that you need a mentor if you say you want to venture into politics?
I think
itu penting tak? Wah, aku pula nanya soalan.
Oh, okay. For me 50-50.
Okay.
Sebab yes, penting, and tak juga penting juga. Sebab kenapa? Yes, sebab kita tak tahu dia punya, orang kata apa, trap in the future.
If you ask me kan, okay, basically having a mentor is important. Okay, kenapa? The number one rule is that kita kena ingat adalah mentor ni dia tak ada mentor yang perfect.
Betul.
Okay, you will see a mentor based on what you want to see, but another person see your mentor based on what they want to see. So there is no perfect mentor. Tidak ada mentor yang macam damn this is perfect, ambil je lah dia macam tu. Okay. Second is, yes, for me it is very very important to have a mentor, but tidak perlu idolakan mentor tersebut. Okay, that means a mentor will guide you. A mentor will show you what it's like, how it's like to be in the organisation, how it's like to go through the journey of being in politics contohnya. But you tidak perlu mengidolakan seseorang mentor. Kenapa? Okay, sebab macam kenapa pula ini? Macam you know, mentor mesti you nak look high on her or him kan?
Okay.
But you must remember macam I sebutkan awal tadi, no mentor is perfect.
Betul.
No human being is perfect. Sebab once you idolakan seseorang, you tend to not you tend to tidak mahu terima kalau contohnya dia ada buat kesilapan.
Betul.
Dia ada silap dan sebagainya. You tak boleh terima benda tu. So that's why I said as a mentor, okay, I will guide whatever I can. But at the same time, bukanlah saya tak nak cakap kepada menti-menti saya ni yang sebenarnya I am a human being. I do make mistakes. I akan buat silap, I akan tidak tahu ada certain perkara dan sebagainya, or I mungkin ada certain issues yang I'm not good at. Because I'm not perfect. So having a mentor is important, but you must know the barrier ataupun the limit to it. But dan perkara yang paling penting saya nak kongsikan pasal mentor ni adalah kenapa you kena ada mentor. Because sometimes when you are new in this environment ataupun in this platform, you tend to not know your direction.
Betul.
You tak tahu macam okay, ke mana you nak pergi.
Ideologi kita
ideologi semua dan sebagainya lah. Okay, but most important adalah direction lah sebenarnya. Macam kalau saya dulu kan, masa saya awal-awal dulu kan, I needed guidance in terms of like, okay, struktur parti rupanya macam ni, but this is how it is dan sebagainya. But I must admit that my mentor since daripada dulu ke contohnya, I know for sure that she or he is not a perfect person. Okay, and there are many occasions where a mentee ataupun a prodigy akan lari sedikit daripada mentor dia. Not because they don't appreciate their mentor anymore, but because they know they have learned as much. And alhamdulillah dia syukur for it, okay, and they want to build their own career ataupun dia dah belajar habis daripada you kan contohnya, then they want to build their own path. Dan seorang mentor tu pun kena terima that. Yeah.
Benda ni menyebabkan kita teringat nasihat daripada Samaya, dia kata you boleh mengidolakan seseorang tapi jangan terlampau dekat, jangan terlampau orang kata apa, jangan berjumpa secara face to face. Bila you jumpa face to face, end up you akan rasa daripada tinggi you punya expectation jadi down. And mungkin benda ni kita mungkin lah, soalan ni mungkin a bit random, but before you join politik or sekarang ke ataupun waktu dulu-dulu, ada tak you ada idola? Tak kisah luar negara ke dalam negara. Kalau saya dulu pernah mengidolakan seorang pemimpin wanita daripada luar negara, which is Mother Teresa. Sebab dia still bring the feelings of nurturing motherhood in kepimpinan. Kalau you?
I used to like, okay, I to be honest, I susah sangat nak idolakan orang because itu dah persepsi yang saya dah build in myself. A mentor cannot be macam so perfect. Even idola kita pun tidak akan perfect sebagainya. So I tak nak kecewakan diri I. But I used to really like AOC. Contohlah AOC. Alexandra, what's her full name again? AOC. Okay, AOC. Okay, so I really like her. She's a American MP. Okay, in Bronx. So I really like her. She's a Democrat. Lepas tu she's young. She's very young. But at one time when she started to talk about she couldn't make her truest point ataupun her very brave point on how Palestine and also Israel ketika tu this is about a year ago, I felt macam disastrous. Itu perasaan yang saya tak nak. I tak nak ada perasaan tu. Lebih baik I pandang semua orang sama je. A good thing I will take, a good one good or two good things I will take, but if let's say I tak. So I macam a bit kecewa lah dengan dia. Ketika tu I kecewa sebab she was like macam what I see a good America is. Walaupun kita tahu lah America ni macam very judgmentally macam banyak benda yang kita tak ni kan. Tapi macam I saw her as a Democrat dan sebagainya lah. Saya kecewa lah sebab macam she was not consistent. One of the things why I like her was because she spoke so much about migrants in America, which I like it so much. You know, not many American politicians would want to talk about that very sensitive issue because that's very sensitive in America. But she did. She was very brave and she's a woman. She's very brave. Tapi macam saya nampak macam this is so unfair. She couldn't like macam really put her stand clear on Palestine and Israel. So I kecewa lah. So I pun tak nak come to that. Okay, satu dua orang memang I akan kecewa macam tu lah. But it's sad. Okay, sebab tu kalau saya orang tanya tentang mentor, tentang idola apa semua, I might have one or two yang mungkin saya adore, saya suka, but I put a
limit lah.
A limit to it. Like how I would trust them because at the end of the day we are all human being.
Betul.
Yeah.
Oh, tadi waktu mula-mula kita ada perkenalkan you sebagai seorang ibu kan. And for now you juga seorang businesswoman and a lawyer, and also right now pun you still active in politik. So ada tak nasihat untuk for me ataupun young generation yang mungkin berminat in politik but at the same time juga dia punya pemikiran semacam nanti aku ada keluarga, macam mana aku nak macam balance with everything. Sebab in the end, walaupun kita nak try to cut off the stereotype, but in the end kita macam still dihantui, still dikejar bayangan berkenaan macam, you perempuan, you should take care your family. Kenapa you nak join benda macam ni? Tapi nak tak nak kena ada representative of women in politik. So what's your nasihat for the younger generation untuk terlibat in politik? Ataupun mungkin you boleh wrap up with the conclusion and nasihat for the future generation.
I think most important thing for me lah kan, how I see this adalah any decision made by decision makers ataupun MPs dan sebagainya, any policy making dan sebagainya by our policy makers, dia melibatkan I, dia melibatkan anak-anak I, dia melibatkan orang sekeliling I. If I do not know ataupun I sengaja tidak ambil endah tentang how important it is tentang all this decision making, it will impact me, it will impact my kids, it will impact my family. Itu je basic kalau kalau nak berfikir sekalipun. Okay? And then people will tell me, tapi you seorang ibu, you mak, you isteri, you this, you that, whatever. Okay? All I can tell is that, like, macam Ainie, how do you do it? I kadang-kadang macam, okay, let's be very honest in this podcast. I rasa macam sometimes I penat nak jawab soalan-soalan macam ni. You know why? Because I feel like, number one, only women get questioned all this time. Macam mana I juggle apa semua. To be honest, my husband had to juggle this as well. So many people had to juggle this as well. As many men out there pun kena juggle juga buat benda ni. Whether they do it or not sajalah. Itu dia. Okay? Macam for me, I wanted to be part of like how this decision making in Malaysia. I want to know how this is done, this policy making dan sebagainya. Okay, but at the same time, I also want to know like how my kids grow up. So I be a good mother. At the same time, to be honest, kenapa saya tak boleh tinggalkan business? There's so many people makan gaji dengan saya contohnya. So I need to work hard for all this, and I feel like. Trust me, every woman have that capabilities. It's either you want it or not. It's not just women, men pun sama juga. So to all younger women, to all younger girls yang ada passion, yang ada interest, tak payah passion dulu lah, ada interest in politics, ada passion in policy making or decision making, start what? Start somewhere. Find a platform, find a friend, find a mentor. So you just need to start. Kalau you tak start, you tak ada continuation. So for me, people ask me how, I cakap start doing it.
Betul.
Just do it. Jangan nak fikir macam until it's perfect, until it's good apa semua, baru you nak mula. Tak.
Okay, baiklah. So untuk hari ini kita secara tak langsung mendengar tentang perjalanan seorang wanita yang terlibat dalam bidang politik dan cabaran apa yang beliau hadapi during permulaan, and the perspective, opinion, stereotype with all of the community in Malaysia. And secara tak langsung diharapkan supaya topik ni tak terhenti pada podcast ni je. Mungkin benda ni mungkin kita boleh kembangkan pada masa hadapan. Dan setiap langkah kecil untuk berminat dalam bidang politik, terutamanya wanita yang anak muda pada masa kini, nak tak nak, bak kata Cik Ainie Haziqah adalah start. By hook by crook, just start with the interest. So terima kasih dan sekian saja untuk podcast hari ini.